We now welcome in John Harper and John Jastremski. And fellows, a week ago, the Mets were riding high, coming off that come-from-behind 10-9 win over the Phillies. But since then, they've scored just 17 runs in the last 6 games. JJ, what's the biggest problem with the lineup right now?
So it's a double-edged sword, Eamon, because we love when the Mets put the ball in play and grind out at bats, and we talk about this lineup being built for October, but the lack of power, that to me is the biggest problem for the Mets. Because, yes, you have to grind out those at-bats. You have to put the ball in play. You got to work opposing pitchers. But when the quality of pitching, Harp, is going to step it up a notch, and you're going to see that come playoff time, you got to be able to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Look at the Braves. Look at the Dodgers 2 years ago. Look at the Washington Nationals. These are all teams that hit big postseason home runs. And outside of Pete Alonso, Harp, that's my fear. They don't have enough guys who hit it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, that could catch up with them. But you're right. It is kind of a double-edged sword because, on the other hand, you want to be able to make contact in October against the elite pitching. So you never know. We'll see how it plays out. But, I mean, I do think, you know, you got to include Lindor as a guy that can hit the ball out of the park. And that's a big part of the problem is this team does, for me, it feels like they really kind of revolve around Lindor and Pete Alonso. Alonso was slumping for a while. He got it going. Lindor's 1 for 21 in his last 6. That's coincided with his offense not scoring many runs. That's just the reality of it. And I feel like he really needs to get going. This team has responded, though, to like challenges all year. We'll see what happens when the Dodgers come in.
It's a great point. Nimmo's another guy. Nimmo needs to pick it up. You look at Brandon Nimmo earlier in the year. He is jump-starting the offense, getting on base a ton. That batting average at 263, it was way higher. It can get way higher. So, yes, Lindor in a funk. Mets need more out of Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, Lindor and, Marte and Nimmo had done a great job of setting the table in the first inning. Now, going up against 3 starters with ERAs less than 2.5 isn't exactly the prescribed remedy for a struggling offense. So, Harp, you wrote a column about this for SNY.TV. What are the Mets in store for this week when the Dodgers come to town?
Well, the bottom line is they got to pitch with them. That's where it all starts with the Mets. But then again, it comes down to, we just talked about the offense. And like I remember last time when the Mets went out there, we were saying, can they match up with the Dodgers out there? And they ended up splitting a 4-game series and went on to have a decent road trip. And I think you'll see that again. Every time this team feels like, I feel like it's been pushed kind of a little bit to the wall, like with the Braves, and they responded in Atlanta. They responded other times. They found a way to get it done. And I think they'll break out of this offensive funk and start to get it done again. But I'm really interested to see DeGrom. He said he's ready to go 100 pitches. He's going to pitch on Wednesday. I think this is kind of a big test for him. That Dodger lineup is tough 1 through 9. He'll go see what he can do if he can get through 6 or 7 innings and be ready to go from there.
1, 2, and 3 for the Dodgers. My goodness. Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy has returned to form. They've even gotten something out of my buddy Joey Gallo, for goodness sakes. Look, the Dodgers, Cohen has said this countless times. He's envious. He's jealous. This is the team he wants to emulate. This is the team he wants to be in the quote-unquote East Coast version. I know a lot of folks around here would love the idea of a Met-Dodger National League Championship Series a couple of weeks down the road. But you think about when they played. It feels like a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away. The Mets were reeling at that time. Remember, they were dealing with a whole lot of injuries. This team is far more full. You'll see DeGrom, which you can't wait to see. But that lineup for the Dodgers is no picnic, and that'll be a challenge for the Mets.
I was just going to say, the problem, if you want to be the Dodgers, though, you got to build up your farm system because they just keep bringing guys from their
guy after guy. It's crazy.
And they get the job done. That's what the Mets haven't been able to do so far.